What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Saturday the 14th of December. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous video will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And today's question of the day, will you be getting the new PlayStation in 2020 or the new Xbox? Right, so there are a fair amount of confirmed bits of information today, and the first one is going to be a transfer in the MLS. The player is going to be Christian, and he's joined LA Galaxy from Orlando City as a free transfer because his contract expired. Another transfer in the MLS is going to be Toronto FC re-signing their captain Michael Bradley. His contract was expired, but they decided to renew it and they managed to work out some terms. It was like basically their main priority for the off-season. They've managed to get it done, and in regards to how long his contract is, I'm not too sure. A massive one for Liverpool fans is going to be that Jurgen Klopp has signed a new contract to keep him at Liverpool, and it's a deal until 2024. The way he's turned the club around since joining in 2015 has been simply remarkable. We've gone from a really struggling mid-table side with no European football pretty much to a Champions League winning side and challenging for the Premier League title again. This next one happened a few days ago, but is Napoli appointing Gattuso as the new head coach. They announced it 24 hours after sacking Carlo Ancelotti, who could be going to Everton or Arsenal, but Gattuso is the man to replace him, and that's all done and dusted. The Northern Echo are saying Newcastle could opt to activate the release clause of Jetro Willems next month. They want to sign on a permanent basis from, I believe it's Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm not sure how much a clause would be, but they want it to be a permanent basis now. L'Equipe report that Italian international central midfielder Sandro Tonali has made inquiries with friends. That's about what life is like currently in Ligue 1. He wants to know the main characteristics of the playing style in the division, and the reason for this is because the Ligue 1 leaders Paris Saint-Germain, they really want to make a transfer happen. Though he is also linked to Juventus, so might opt to stay in Italy, but he could also make a similar switch that Verratti made a few years ago. Chelsea midfielder Willian has confirmed that he is engaging in talks with the club over a new contract. He could have been a free transfer in the summer, and there have been rumours of him going to Juventus, but he has open talks with Chelsea and he might opt to stay, though Barcelona are keeping an eye on the developments. And you may remember about 18 months ago, Barcelona made an offer for him of around €50 million, but Chelsea decided to turn it down. And moving on, according to Calcio Mercato, they're saying Juventus are prepared to offer Higuain a new deal. The 32-year-old has been heavily linked to a move to River Plate and a return to River Plate, with the existing contract in Turin set to expire in 2021. Atletico Madrid are planning a €35 million bid for Torino's Andrea Bellotti in January, and this story comes from AS. Atletico's boss Diego Simeone wants to bolster his strike force and has identified the 25-year-old as a prime target. They have been linked to a fair few strikers, including Edinson Cavani, though apparently they can't afford his wages. Napoli are considering a £21 million offer to Arsenal for Lucas Torreira. That's only if the Gunners do not allow the 23-year-old to leave on loan in January. This story is from Il Mattino, and Torreira was linked to a return to Serie A back in the summer, but then it was to AC Milan. Genk's president has admitted that discussions are ongoing with Napoli about the transfer of Norway midfielder Sander Berge. Again, sorry if I say his name wrong. Both Liverpool and Chelsea are also interested in the 21-year-old who has impressed so far and during the Champions League group stages. Jack Rodwell is currently training with Sheffield United with a view to a possible permanent move to Bramall Lane. And quite a strange story was that a few months ago he was apparently having a medical with Roma. Roma had a bit of an injury crisis in midfield, having a lot of players out for a fair amount of time, but they decided against bringing Jack Rodwell in, and let's be real, he's a player that has had a lot of injury troubles. Shandon Luneng's Belgian midfielder Marouane Fellaini has ruled out a return and a link-up of Jose Mourinho in January. There have been a lot of rumours suggesting that Spurs are very much interested and are currently in talks with the midfielder, but he wishes to stay in the CSL. Atletico Madrid want to sign Dinamo Zagreb playmaker Dani Olmo in January, according to AS. The Spanish Giants are hopeful they can sign the 21-year-old for a fee in the region of €35 million. He scored a really nice goal in midweek against Manchester City in the Champions League, and he really impressed in the summer for Spain's under-21s. Juventus are keeping tabs on Chelsea left-back Emerson according to Calcio Mercato. The 25-year-old has previous Serie A experience with Roma and is reportedly wanted by Juve boss Maurizio Sarri. He sees him as a potential replacement for De Sciglio, who has been linked to Paris Saint-Germain, and believes he'd provide very good backup to Alexandro. It does seem that Chelsea will have a bit of a clear out in January, and whether Emerson is on that list or not, we'll have to wait and see. But another left-back potentially out is Marcos Alonso. And moving on, according to Corriere dello Sport, they said that Napoli are planning to overhaul their entire squad in January. The board wants to bring in a left-back, a midfielder and a forward when the market reopens. Meanwhile, the likes of Dries Mertens and Jose Callejon will likely be sold because their contracts are set to expire. Mertens is linked to a couple of rivals of Napoli, including Inter Milan, Juventus, and I forgot the other clubs mentioned. And as for Callejon, he's linked to a move to Dalian Yifang in the Chinese Super League. Manchester City are planning to sign 2 top defenders across the next 2 transfer windows, according to Bleacher Report. The 2 players at the top of the list currently are Koulibaly from Napoli and Nathan Ake from Bournemouth, but they definitely face a lot of competition for both players. Ake linked to return to Chelsea for £40 million and Koulibaly linked to many top European sides. And now we have got 3 Salzburg players who were very impressive throughout the Champions League run this season and even last year in the Europa League. The squad they've got put together right now, like the whole behind the scenes stuff of Red Bull Salzburg, is so impressive. They managed to bring in so many good players and develop them even more. But first up, we have got a story about Hwang. According to the Daily Telegraph, Wolves are ready to join the race for the striker. They understand a move for the 23-year-old is more likely in the summer though, but Wolves may try to negotiate a permanent deal in January and loan the player back to Salzburg for the rest of the season. A fee in the range of 20 to 25 million euros could get a deal done, and he was really good against Liverpool in the Champions League. A transfer that's pretty much done is going to be Takumi Minamino going to Liverpool. As long as he passes a medical, he will become a Liverpool player on January 1st, and Liverpool managed to beat the likes of Borussia Mönchengladbach, AC Milan and Manchester United for his signature. His release clause is just £7.25 million according to James Pearce, Paul Joyce and Melissa Reddy, 3 of the most reliable journalists when it comes to Liverpool Football Club. The club believe he is worth over £20 million, so to get him for a third of that is an absolute bargain, and it's kind of a no-brainer. He's very versatile, offers a lot of ability and quality. He could play anywhere along the front line and even in midfield. And it has been confirmed, by the way, by Red Bull Salzburg sporting director. He confirmed talks with the European champions. And the third Salzburg player to be linked to a move away is going to be their striker Erling Haaland. And he arrived in Germany a couple days ago with his agent Mino Raiola, and as for talks with Borussia Dortmund and Leipzig. The source for this one is RN, but it has also again been confirmed by Salzburg sporting director that he was in Germany, was holding talks, but he is likely to still hold talks with Manchester United and Juventus. Roma defender Alessandro Florenzi is set to depart the club during the January transfer window, according to Calcio Mercato. Roma will not consider offers under 25 million euros, they claim, and Inter Milan, Fiorentina and Napoli are thought to be monitoring the situation. Chelsea will have to pay £80 million if they want to prize Wilfried Zaha away from Crystal Palace, according to the Evening Standard. The Eagles are aware of interest from the Blues, and they made it clear they are not willing to drop their valuation from the summer transfer window. He was linked to Arsenal back then and also Everton for a similar fee, but nothing really went through, and Chelsea will have to pay a very high price. Manchester City remain interested in Real Sociedad winger Mikel Oyarzabal. This one's according to Sport Witness. They see him as a replacement for Leroy Sané, who could be going to Bayern Munich, but he could cost them over £70 million. A transfer that won't be happening, according to Goal.com, is Paul Pogba to Real Madrid. They claim that Manchester United will not sell the midfielder to the Spanish Giants in January, that's despite all the renewed interest. But a French midfielder that could be joining Real Madrid, according to Don Ballon, is Lyon midfielder Houssam Aouar. He's been identified as a transfer target by Madrid, and Los Blancos could be set to sweep for the 21-year-old in January. They'll have to pay up to €80 million to secure his signature, as Lyon really want to keep hold of him. And another massive transfer linked to Real Madrid now is going to be Koulibaly. El Desmarque are saying Madrid are willing to offer Modric and also €50 million to get a deal done. Napoli are reluctant to sell the Senegal defender though, and they currently value him at around 120 million euros, and Madrid face competition from Manchester City. But 50 million plus Luka Modric, I'm not sure if it'll be enough. Obviously Modric is a world-class midfielder, but on the other hand, he is I want to say 34 years old. The Daily Mirror are saying that Manchester United are confident of signing Dortmund forward Jadon Sancho next month, and they're also trying to make a move for Tottenham's Christian Eriksen. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous video will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.